Hey guys, okay, we're doing the first 50-hour service on this Kubota RTV-X, 2024 Kubota RTV-X. Very similar to the RTV-X 1140, I believe it's called. So first 50 hours on the machine, probably one of the most important service intervals there is, just because of all the initial wear. So I've already got into it here. First thing is the oil change. I just wanted to get this off, this oil out of here quick while it was warm, so that's why I don't have a video of me actually doing this, but it's super simple. There's a couple of skid plates here you got to take off underneath. This one, and that's the rear one. You really only have to take off the rear one, but if you take the front one off, the one that goes right here, it makes it a little easier to get to the oil filter. But they're super easy to take off. There's just, I think 6 or 8, 13 or 14 millimeter bolts that go into here, and it just drops down, so that's easy. And then you got a 14 millimeter bolt for your oil drain, so just drain that into a pan. And then next we're gonna be getting that oil filter off right there. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and loosen it with these oil filter pliers. See, this is the original factory oil filter. It's the same color as the engine. Let that drip out for a sec. I've got my oil pan underneath. Here's our new oil filter. It's a Kubota. They're not that expensive, so you might as well spend the money on the genuine one. HH150-32094. Get that up in there. We're going to thread it on just till it touches, and then give it about half to 3/4 of a turn until it's snug. We'll reinstall our drain plug. And I made a mistake at the start there. You don't actually need to remove the front skid plate. You just need to remove the back skid plate if you want, because there's a little cutout in the front one for the drain, and then you can get to the filter from the side here, obviously. So next we're just going to go to the back and do the next part of the service, which is the transmission filters, and then we'll put oil in the machine because I have to let it down off the lift to do that. All right, so at the back of the machine you have your 2 transmission filters. This is the primary one, and then this is the suction one. You can remove this plate if you want to access it a little bit easier, but I'm just going to do it without moving it. So I'm just going to loosen the primary filter. All right, here's our new filter. HHK 7014073. Just going to get a little bit of this fluid, put it around the sealing ring. Okay, so this one we're going to go till it touches, and then we got to go about a turn and a quarter. Okay, we got the suction filter here, the new one. It's HHK 3216773, Kubota. I'm gonna remove this one. You want to do this one fairly quickly because it's a little lower, so you want to minimize how much oil you lose. So this one we're going to go till it touches and then 3/4 of a turn. Okay, I've got the vehicle back down on the ground here. We're going to fill it up with oil. One thing I should mention, if you're doing this at home, you should lift the bed before you drain the oil, so you don't have to lift the bed manually. But if you do need to lift the bed manually, you just go into the cab here with your bed control, move the lock out of the way, put it into float mode. There's a little detent that's all the way down, and then just manually lift the bed. Neutral there to hold it, and then you can also use the little safety there. Okay, so your oil fill is right here. So we'll take that off. And then with a filter change, it takes 4.1 liters of 10W30 or 15W40, it recommends, depending on the temperature. You can check your manual. I'm using full synthetic 5W40 diesel engine oil, just so I can get that cold weather start up, and then it acts the same at operating temperature. And then I always use these jugs here when I'm doing oil changes, so I can measure out what I need, because I use a 5-gallon pail usually. And then whatever I don't use, I can put back, and it's just convenient. So we won't put the full 4.1 just in case there's a little bit of residual in there, but we'll put almost all of it. Okay, so that should be about good. I got about maybe 1/3 of a liter still in there. Put the cap back on. And then I'm just going to go start the engine, let it run for 5-10 seconds, get the oil flowing through, and then we'll recheck it. Okay, so we'll let it just settle there, and then we'll grab the dipstick and see where we're at. Also, while the engine oil is settling there, when we changed the transmission filters, obviously we lost a little bit of fluid. So we started the engine, ran it. So this may be low. This is your transmission dipstick here. And actually we didn't lose that much. So we'll just leave that for now. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna run it through the gears, take it for a little ride, and then check it one more time again just to make sure we didn't lose any fluid. Your hydraulic tank is underneath the seat here, sort of, and to access that, you just fold the seats up and take this sort of compartment out. It just sits in there. And under this little cap right here, rubber cap, is another cap, and it's a dipstick as well. So you're going to want to check that too after running it for a little bit. I'm a little bit low. I don't know if you guys can see that. A little bit low there. I'm about 1/4 inch up on the dipstick. So I'm going to put some fluid in there as well. And I'll just show you right now what fluid to use. So you can see here in the manual, the transmission case, front axle case, front knuckle case, hydraulic tank oil, all use the Kubota Super UDT2 fluid. That's this fluid right here. It's UDT is basically what they have now. They don't have UDT2 anymore. So this is the one you need, and that'll do all your transmission and hydraulic related components. Okay, so we've let the engine settle for a couple of minutes here. Pull the dipstick out. See where we're at. Okay, so if you look there, if we can see, it's right where we want to be, kind of close to the top line. So that's all there is to it, guys, for the 50-hour fluid changes. So take it for a little ride. Check the oil again, obviously, just to make sure. Then definitely check your transmission fluid level. Make sure it's within the marks. And then check that tank level as well underneath the seat with hydraulic fluid. Make sure that's topped up. And you're good to go. If you guys got any questions, just let me know.